Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be going over all of my settings in Rainbow Six Siege. I play on the Xbox Series S, if you were wondering. I've been getting this video requested a lot since I've been uploading again recently, and I just wanted to get this out for you guys. I'll do a new one for the new season as well, probably like the day after it launches or the day it launches or something. But I just want to get this out now because otherwise it's going to be like 2.5, 3 weeks or something before the season drops. Whenever the Battle Pass ends is probably when it's coming out. I know the reveal's like the next couple days too or something. But that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and get into the settings and I'll show you like my recoil and stuff. So here's the Twitch extended barrel if you wanted to see. Okay, so bonus tip before we get into this as well. I just shot a little bit with the Twitch extended barrel. I was going to show you the recoil, but go into the options here in the shooting range. This is a great way to practice recoil. Bonus tip right here. Go ahead and turn infinite ammo on and then fire that up. And now you never have to reload. You can really get the muscle memory down with these guns like this. And start like just flicking around like that kinda. I know I'm gonna get the Cronus accusations. The sound's like glitching out on this too. But I do have a hand cam on the channel as well if you want to watch that. It should be like one of the first things on my YouTube homepage now. I just did that earlier for you guys. Because I get it requested a lot. But yeah, like no recoil on this. I'll show you all my settings for no recoil. Again, it is just a personal preference at the end of the day, though. Obviously, just switching to my settings aren't just going to give you guys no recoil like this. Not quite how that works, but it may help. Also, it may help you find your sensitivity. I'll like kind of explain that part. I also may have shown a few clips already of me using my settings in-game, like some examples, but you guys have probably already seen those if you stick around the channel often. They're just from my SoloQ matches, that's all. Just some examples for you. But anyways, let's hop in here to the options. Okay, so under general, not really anything too important here besides like stun VFX. I turned that to dark glare when that released. It's actually really nice. I don't get like flashbang IRL. It's not like so bright. I feel like it goes away a little quicker too. I think it's just like the eyes though. I don't know. Again, personal preference for like everything in here pretty much. I use cycle inside camera groups on as well. Obviously I have that on. You want to have your drone after prep set to either semi-automatic or manual, definitely not automatic, so you can like bait people on drones. And you don't like get stuck in the animation when you're throwing it. HUD, the only thing I have different, everything is default besides health. I just have that off. It's already like the top of the little bar, so I feel like it's less distracting, but it doesn't really matter either way. So under audio, the big thing here is the dynamic range. I use night mode, and I feel like that's really important for hearing footsteps. But I know some people use like TV or hi-fi. Hi-fi, the gun sounds are like so loud and the steps closer to you are louder. I don't like that, but some people might. I just feel like night mode is so much better for hearing steps all around you. If you guys didn't know or were wondering, I don't use a headset actually, I use earbuds. And I feel like that's the play, man. Like I can hear everything still just fine. Maybe it even helped me, like I have to like really learn the ground textures or whatever. Or like the range the enemy is away from me, I don't know, but I use night mode, it gets the job done. I always hear everything, so it's really good. And here's all the numbers if you're wondering. Okay, under display, VSync is off. I feel like some people said there was like delay when I had it on. Like right when I switched to next gen, I had it on, but I just have it off ever since. I don't think it matters though either way. I can never tell a difference, so I just turned it off. You definitely want this to performance, obviously. I use HUD on 80 for both of these. That's what this does here. I'll show you. Like in game, you can see what it just did, and then in the menu. That's why my game looks so clean. A lot of people ask that all the time. There's another thing too. I'll show you actually in a second. My brightness is 65. 84 FOV, I feel like that's like a standard number these days. Everybody runs like around there, but... Okay, so I went to my Xbox settings here to show you this. You want to go down to the accessibility tab right here. And go down to color filters. If you're on like PlayStation, I don't really know how to do this. I don't know if that's a thing, but I use the first one. It's called red-green. I just feel like that makes everything more vibrant and that helps me see stuff in game more. Because my monitor is quite dull actually. So I just wanted some more color. I know in my recording it looks super, super vibrant because of that, but no complaints from you guys. I think everybody likes that. Okay, so on to controls here. The main things are obviously leaning behavior. You want that on alternate so you can lean from the hip. I actually still get that asked a couple times here and there to this day. A lot of these people just don't know how that works or something, or maybe they just came back recently and they didn't know it was there. But that's how to do that. Drone deployment on advanced as well, and gadgets so you don't get stuck. Kind of like the thing earlier with like the drone after prep. For layout and inputs, I use all default. The only thing I use different, I use a power Spectre controller, and I use the left paddle for crouch. That's it. Everything else is just default how the game is. And I use the medium trigger stop on the right trigger as well. But besides that, that's everything. Onto the real important stuff here everybody's here for. For controller rotation, I have that on classic. Never tried updated, never will. I tried it like for a second once when it came out, but I did not like it. And no looking back, I don't see the point. For my sense though, 5580, that is a high vert sense, but I feel like it helps me just like control recoil and flick up and down. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I hold my right stick though. I've gotten so used to this 55 now. I've been using this for at least like a couple years or more now since I started YouTube. I know right when I started doing my solo Qs, I was on like 40-60. But after a few months, I switched to this and never looked back. I feel like it helped a lot too. Just having like that higher sense. I know some people use like 90 or 100 on the horizontal, but I feel like this is good. My ADS is a little higher too. For the dead zones, this just literally depends on your controller. Like, you would want to turn these down as much as you can until you start drifting. 2 is the farthest I can go right now on this controller, like the select one, but sometimes it's like 1, 0, maybe sometimes it's 3, 5, you know. It just depends on your controller at the end of the day. So you really got to tune that. Same with the left stick. Left stick doesn't have to be as low though, I don't feel like. If you're getting like stick drift though, I'd recommend a new controller or maybe like turning this up. I would never go past 5 personally on the right stick. For trigger dead zones, just 0-0 so I can shoot fast. I feel like that's the play. ADS, I used to use 40 for the standard back in the day. That's why that's there, but now I use 25-43, and there's the rest of the scopes if you want those. I mainly use these two though. 25-43. And then for advanced settings, all disabled and set to 0 as well. Okay, for optic color, I use black. A lot of people ask me why I use this too, because it's like a weird choice. It's pretty dark to see, but I feel like that helps me see my surroundings more, other than the reticule itself, so that's why I like that. It's like less distracting, kind of. But I used to use like white, yellow. I think it doesn't really matter. It's just personal preference for this. I could use anything, I think. I didn't really like the red, though, like back in the day, the default. Everything else is good, though. And then 75 for the opacity, because the dots are quite thick these days, if you know what I'm saying. And then screen shake intensity off, of course. That's for like fuse charges, grenades, so your screen doesn't go crazy when something explodes next to you. So that's always nice. And then for team color and opposing, orange and blue. This is the play too, I feel like, because blue is easier to see claymores and stuff. And like gadgets, it's like easier to detect blue in your eyes or whatever than the orange or red. So I've always rocked with this, and I probably will never change it. I don't really think it matters anyway. If you just get used to it, it'll be fine. Maybe at first, you'll be like, oh wait, that's my gadget, or wait, that's the enemy's gadget, and you'll shoot your own or something, but eventually you'll get a hang of it. Okay, that's pretty much all my settings though. I'll show you guys just a little mini tip. I talk about this all the time in these settings videos, but if you haven't seen before, trying to find your sensitivity, so I'm just going to use these like foam panels as an example. So if you're pointing like right here, and you're trying to flick to like this one, like 2 over or something, try to make that adjustment, and if you're like landing short, these are a bad example because it's like hard to see. Let me go over here. Okay, so I'm trying to flick like right here to this line to this one really quick. So let me go like 5 meters, for example. So I'm trying to make this flick right here. Okay, you can see I can do it obviously pretty well and pretty fast. But say I'm like going short every time, like right here. Like I'm having trouble getting to it every single time. Maybe sometimes I'll get it, but then sometimes I'll land short. If you're having that problem, you're going to want to turn your horizontal sensitivity up. And the same thing works vertically as well. Like if I'm trying to flick to this one here, and I'm like going under it or something, or like way over it. Obviously you got to adjust accordingly, turn it down if you're going over it. Same if you're like over flicking this way to the left, turn your horizontal down. And yeah, I think you'll be set. You got to do the same just for your ADS numbers. It's all personal preference again. I know that's like the big 2 words of the video, but that is how settings work, really. I wouldn't recommend just like copying someone's settings and being perfect. Like maybe take them as a base, like take my settings as a base or somebody's, and then you can like change them around to how you like them. If that makes any sense. Hopefully it will, though. But yeah, again, I would recommend that recoil drill as well. I'll show you like my SMG-12 one and maybe a couple other guns here. Tell me if you guys want a new attachments video for the new season as well. I could definitely do that, because I haven't done one of those in a second now. But yeah, here's the SMG-12. Let me turn the infinite thing on I was talking about. Yeah, there's that. Again, I'm going to get the Cronus accusations, but I mean, hey. Just how that works doing this. Jacqueline Flores, report to briefing room something. Also, these dots are tiny right now for me. That's another good drill you can do, like try to like flick between all these and see how good you can hit them. Yeah, it's pretty much gonna wrap the settings video out though, I think. I'm pretty sure there's like not much else I can go over. Went over everything, I believe. Any other guns? Like high recoil I'm looking for. I wouldn't say R4C is like super high recoil, but I do use a horizontal grip. I know a lot of people use vert, but I feel like I've gotten the horizontal down pretty well now. I use Ash a lot in my videos. Let me just go here. There's that one. It's a little dot. It'll get better and better the more I shoot it, obviously, too. It's getting the muscle memory down. Again, I would definitely recommend doing the muscle memory thing I showed you earlier at the start. That helps like a lot with the recoil over time. And doing like this kind of thing for spray transfers. That'll help a lot in game, but trying to like flick on things and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy and find it helpful. That's the whole point of this, trying to be educational. But if you did, leave a like down there below. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.